Hello and welcome to Cooking the Books with Heather. Today we're going to be working once again from the Dishoom cookbook, and we are going to be making gunpowder potatoes. Now, I swear I remembered seeing on the restaurant menu that these were took a real long time to make, and it was going to I was really afraid that this was going to take a while, but doesn't seem like it does. So, I think I've got everything mostly ready. The first thing, we've got some baby new potatoes. Mine are pretty small. I buy them in a bag, pre-washed and everything, so I didn't have to worry about that. And this is the amount that the recipe says. I'm kind of surprised that it is a relatively small serving. I mean, it will serve 4 people. Seems kind of small. Whatever. These are first going to be boiled. So I have some water on the stove, just ready to boil. Well, coming up to a boil, it's salted, and you're supposed to boil that first. And then you put these in and you boil them until they're just tender, 12 to 15 minutes. These are pretty small. I assume it'll be more like 12 rather than 15. While those are boiling, I've got fennel seed, coriander seed, and cumin seed. That's all going to be toasted dry on the stove for about 2 minutes. We've done this a lot for recipes in this book, but that's what I'm going to do while I kind of make sure that doesn't boil over. These have been toasting for a couple minutes. They smell like themselves. They smell toasty and spicy. I'm going to put them in my mortar, and we're going to crush them. I'm not going for super small, but I'm going to crush them with the pestle. I want to try not to lose all of them. Some of the coriander seeds went overboard, but I think we're fine with that. Set it aside. Have my broiler set to high. Mine has different levels. Broil is what I think we're going to do here. They use the term grill, which I'm pretty sure in the UK basically is the same as our broiler, not actually the grill outside. So this is the tray I'm planning to broil them on. It doesn't say to spray this or put oil on this, but we are supposed to put oil on the potatoes. I am going to put a little bit of oil. I have this sprayer thing that I just washed, and so it needs to be fried. So I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on the whole bottom. This is a neutral vegetable oil. I'm using grapeseed oil, about a tablespoon, and so I'll put potatoes on here and then spray them as well. Potatoes are pretty dry enough. So I'm going to pour them on the tray, and I'm just going to spray them with the oil because I have that option available. You could also brush them or just drizzle it over, and that's fine. So these are going to go into our heated broiler for 5 to 7 minutes, and then we're going to turn them over and do the same thing. So we're trying to get both sides crispy, browned. And while that is happening, we're going to prepare our seasoning. We have all of our spices that we toasted. We have some melted butter. So I melted some butter. I used unsalted. It doesn't say either way. So use what you have, use what you like. Just went with unsalted because there are some other salty things going on here. To this, we are also going to add some green onions that I sliced. It's quite a lot of green onions. some cilantro or coriander fresh that I chopped finely, and some green chilies. I'm using jalapeños because that's what's growing in my garden, chopped very finely. I took out the ribs and seeds because, as I've said many times, my children are not a fan of spice, so I'm hoping that that will reduce the spice level enough that they can stand it. But that's it until our potatoes are all finished crisping up. This is what mine look like after 7 minutes. Kind of hard to tell, but they actually do look a little brown and crispy. So I'm going to carefully turn them all over. And we're going to do that one more time. On the other side, it looks like it has plenty of oil on it. Another 7 minutes. We'll be almost done. They are certainly crispy. Maybe should have gone for 5 minutes, but my broiler doesn't usually work that fast. Anyway, now the goal is to divide each of these in half with a metal spoon. And I'm going to be doing that and then putting them into our bowl with all of our seasonings. That's not so great, but okay. I feel like my metal spoon needs to be sharper. This is about the best I can do. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to scrape them all into our bowl. Hopefully not lose any on the floor. Give them a toss. The butter needs to be sort of re-melted. Now we're going to add the last ingredients that we have. We have some lime juice. Add that first. We have some flaky sea salt. I have Malden. And then this is the kebab masala that we made in a short. Hopefully that has gone up. Just put at least that much in. More if it needs it after we taste it. So give it another toss. And then I'm going to taste it for salt and seasoning. Tastes good to me. Doesn't taste really heat spicy. So hopefully my kids can eat it. I think I'm going to hold off and not put any more of the kebab masala on or any more salt. So I think we're good. So I'm going to plate this up and take some pretty pictures, and we will show you what it looks like and let you know what we think in just a minute. On this episode of Cooking the Books with Heather, you watched me make the gunpowder potatoes from the Dishoom cookbook. And I don't remember if we ordered these. I really can't remember. It's been like a year and a half since we've been to the restaurant, so you'll forgive me. But my son did say that these were not as spicy as the food that we had there. I don't remember if he meant that we ordered them and they were spicy there, but he was a little concerned about them being spicy. I did use jalapeños. which this just specifies green chilies, and so that's what I use. You can use whatever heat level you want. My potatoes were really small. I feel like that I wanted them just a little bit bigger, which often the ones that I buy are a little bit bigger, but lately they've been just tiny, especially because you cut them in half. If you're going to cut them in half, it says to do it with a spoon. I would just use a knife, honestly. It was not real easy with the spoons that I have. The picture shows like a wider spoon with maybe a little bit less of a bowl, which might be easier to cut them in half with a spoon that way. Next time I would just use a knife. But they were delicious. They weren't too spicy. We loved them. We ate them. And it's a great potato dish that's not like in a curry to have with Indian food. So I'm sure I'll be making this again, whether I make it exactly the same or sort of modify it a little bit just to make it a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. Boiling and then roasting is great. I probably would boil them, cut them in half, and then roast them, and then toss them in their spice mix. And the green onions and green chilies. But yeah, I would make them again, and we all enjoyed them. So if you've enjoyed watching me make this, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and come back and watch me make something else next week.